Let's see if she starts.
Looks like it. Yep. So I'll call this meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We'll start with the approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting dated October 26, 2015. Does anybody have any corrections you'd like to make to it?
Which I did.
Okay. What do you got, Tom?
Not on the 26th one?
On the 26th one? I would just, Greg, if nobody else, just under public comment, it says Randy Deed presented his petition. I don't know if it was his petition or a petition of no confidence to the board. I just would, the wording of that, if,
Yeah. You guys okay? We go ahead and strike that?
I think it's okay the way it's written.
He started it. Semantics, I guess.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm good with the way it's written.
Okay. Well, then, seeing there's no changes, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
I'll move.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes dated October 26th, 2015. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Then we'll move on to the general fund vouchers, 72.
we got October 12th.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, then the consideration of the corrections to October 12th, 2015.
I sent that correction last night via email, using the letter that you provided for us.
Yeah, she had sent a letter in
Yep.
regard to them because she didn't want to be misinterpreted on a couple of those
She
things. so.
clarified a few things, so. Those should be reflected in item B of
Yep.
October 12th minutes.
Okay. Item D, consideration of direct access to bank accounts. Direct is incorrect. That's a view only. It's always been view only. And direct is
How about online view only?
Sure.
Because it was online.
Yep.
The
Online view only. Yep.
Okay, anybody see anything else on October 12th minutes? All right, seeing none, then I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the corrections to October 12th, 2015 minutes. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. They are approved. Now we'll move on to the general fund vouchers. 72,824 through 72,855. Wire transfers 151,601.26 through 151,601.44. And activity fund vouchers 2217 through 2256. Voiding 2239 through 2245 and 2251. I will entertain a motion to approve these general fund vouchers.
I will move. They look well. I have a comment. We had a monster bill in there for a bunch of hotel rooms that Brad had said Mr. Weiss is in charge of, and we're supposed to be getting reimbursed later. So just so that the board knows that that should be coming.
Just so a little more information, one of the area FFA organizers, advisors, I should say, over the years has taken the job of getting for many school districts, Clear Lake, Prairie Farm, Clayton, Amory, getting all the rooms, and then they reimburse. And so Mr. Weiss had been doing that for a number of years. Danny did it for the last couple of years, and between her and Mr. Weiss. Again, this year they did it, so, but they get it reimbursed. It goes into the activity account, the FFA activity account.
Okay.
I will second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the general fund vouchers. As listed, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Then we'll move on to our public comment and questions. I didn't see anybody on the list. Does anybody have any public comments? Okay, seeing none, then we'll move on to the old business. Update on superintendent search. And it seems like it's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but here we are. We've got 3 people picked for the final interviews tomorrow. And so they'll be coming: Joshua Ernst, Carol Markham Cousins, and Dennis Kazar. And they're coming to meet with the, have interviews with the teacher group and the support staff group and the administrative group. And then with us, the school board, and the public forum. So it's going to be a big day with them guys. I think 2 o'clock is when it starts for them, the different interviews and the tours. Do you guys have anything that I...
If you're not involved in any of the groups and you're a member of the public, please come. Meet the potential candidates. You'll be filling out a little form on everybody to give strengths and weaknesses. We will read those and consider it. If anybody's asking, please pass the word. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, public forum in the Commons.
A little deal, it says, what do you think the school board should know? So if you guys see something, we hope that you would alert us to it. Okay.
Yep, it's a big deal. Anything else? Superintendent search? Okay, then we'll move on to old business. Item B, approval of updated revenue limit exemptions for energy efficiencies.
Right behind your vouchers should be the updated one. And again, Mike David from Nexus apologizes for those first 2 numbers, but as pointed out the last board meeting, 2012-13 was in error and 2013-14 was in error. The correct numbers are there: 78,662 and 110,250. Those are actually on the DPI website. They were correct, but again, this is again the 20-year that came from Mike, and he apologizes again. He said, I don't know what I did, but corrected him and sent us this new chart. So
He also needs to learn to spell district.
where's that at, Dave?
Right at the very
The
top.
top.
District.
District?
Okay. Well, get that
Looks like
straightened
me
out too.
typing.
So then, being that it's fixed now with the grammar correction, I'm looking for a motion.
I make a motion, we approve that.
Do I hear a second?
I will second.
Go ahead, Brett.
I'll second it.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the updated revenue limit exemption for energy efficiencies. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So then now we'll move on to new business, introduction of a new staff member.
Well, actually 2. So.
Oh, 2 of them
Yep,
here tonight.
We got 2 here tonight. Alicia is over there. She came sneaking in.
I'm Alicia Chelberg. I'm from St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, so not very far away. I'm health and bio teacher here, and I'm also coaching volleyball and softball. So really excited to be here. I'm from Bethel University. I majored in health and bio there, so and also play softball a little bit there. So a lot of experience with that, and I'm so excited to be here. I love Clear Lake. So far, so good. Love the small town atmosphere. So.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, welcome.
Hey, Alicia, you got to tell them, though, I have to tell them, is she also worked at a boxing in the Twin Cities as a trainer.
Yeah.
So don't mess with her.
She's on the negotiating committee?
One of the kids asked me that, they're like, you box? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh. I think they found that out pretty quick.
Anyway, welcome, Alicia, and we look forward to her experience also as a trainer, as training kids and so forth,
Yeah.
because she brings a lot of experience there. So, and also we have Megan Ritterbusch. We approved Megan as GT coordinator, and so Megan, why don't you share a little bit about yourself?
I've been here in Clear Lake for 12 years now, Wisconsin for 14. And I'm very excited about being the new Gifted and Talented Coordinator, hoping to do some new and innovative things, bringing some things back. In January, we will be starting the spelling bees and going to the regional spelling bee at CSL 11 in February. And I was talking with Chris, I think that we're moving forward. We're going to be able to do a family coding and computers night each month and do some intergenerational learning about coding and computers and such. So there's a couple of things that are coming up, and I'll let you know when it is in January, so that if you want to stop by and see what we're doing with the spelling bee and the family coding night and a few other activities, then you can do that.
Thanks.
Thanks, Megan.
Thank you, welcome.
What's computer coding? What is that?
It's learning how to do all of the sequence and coding, writing, in order to be computer programming and things like that. It's going to be one of the major components for a lot of jobs in the next couple of years here, and you can actually start kids as early as age 4 with learning just basic ideas on sequencing, which then helps them with literacy and with math, with spatial understanding, critical thinking, and a lot of other things. I just got back from the annual state conference for Gifted and Talented and was able to go to 2 sessions, one for coding for young kids and one for coding for the next age group on up. And they had some fantastic information. It was really good breakout sessions. Everybody left kind of buzzing about what they were going to do and what they were going to take back to their schools. Code Week is next month, and we're going to be trying to do some things. I'm going to be sending out some emails and trying to get both schools to do an hour of code, which is a program on code.org where the kids are trying just 1 hour of coding in a week and see. And code.org is really awesome at getting some innovative things. So they've got a new program that's Star Wars themed to go with the movie. So some really fun stuff and just little things with robotics and just thinking differently.
Sounds like good stuff.
One step at a time.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome you guys. Then
Thank you.
we'll move on to new business item B, review of timeline for school board election.
Yeah, we've got one position up. Tom is up for re-election, and right behind the updated energy efficiency numbers is a schedule, and Lori Karnick helps coordinate this, but with all the clerks and so forth from the different municipalities that we have. Anyway, starting in November, you can see by November 24th, and I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but just so you have an idea, some important things up front here at the beginning. The deadline for publication in the papers, we publish it in the Clear Lake Chronicle. We also publish it in the Amory Free Press. That's by November 24th. December 1 is the filing, opens up candidacy, declaration of candidacy, and runs through January 5th. Deadline for incumbents to file notice of non-candidacy is December 28th. And Tom, if you weren't going to run again, you'd file that. Otherwise, if you don't and you decide not to later, then we open it up for a longer period for candidates. And so important note for you, Tom, there, the 28th. And like I say, really, it's open from December 1st through January 5th. Lori Karnick would have the papers in the business office. I know Dave and Lori watched a video here last week, was it, as far as the process, as far as the election, and so we'll be ready to go. I don't know, hey Dave, anything to add there?
Well, the first 10 minutes there was a mess up on the, so, but you can go back and listen to it,
Yeah.
record it. So it's recorded, I think you have 30 days to.
Yeah.
So I plan
So-
to listen to the first 10 minutes.
Anyway, again, we'll, those initial ones are the important ones, and like I say, it's open from December 1 through January 5th for all people that can verify they live in the school district. And along the way, if we have, and I apologize for not knowing the exact number right now, but if we needed a primary, it tells you in February and so forth. And then the election, spring election is April 5th, when the election would take place.
This must be a state calendar, Brad, huh?
Yeah, it's from the WSB, just all the different dates that you got to make sure of.
Okay. All right, so then, thank you, Brad. Then we'll move on to new business item C, consideration of canceling second meeting in November.
Okay. Typically in November and December, but November, the meeting would be scheduled November 23rd, and we didn't put it on the calendar. Normally, we don't have a second meeting in November, slower time. You guys will have had a number of meetings by then searching for a superintendent, and so put it on here if you did want to consider canceling it. Up to you. So, as of right now, we don't have it on the calendar.
Well, you guys want a night off?
Well, you brought up that, I don't know if that's in future agenda, but board development. I mean, that would kind of be a natural to do our retreat, per se.
Yeah,
If you want to.
could insert there then. So then what we would do is, we would probably cancel that as an actual board meeting then, and then if
Well,
we can,
It would be a board meeting.
It would be a
just
board
one-
meeting.
It would just one agenda item.
yeah, but we'd have to, we'd have to see if we can get her lined up and get all the stars to align in order to make that happen. So for now, we should probably cancel that meeting, and then, when we get to that point, you guys give me the go-ahead, and we'll see if we can get a date for her to come.
Sounds like a plan.
You think?
Sounds like a plan. I mean, we need to make a decision about whether we're gonna hold a regular meeting anyways, and we can see if there's something we wanna put there instead, if you can get it lined up.
So we have to decide that this meeting, because that's the next meeting in 2 weeks.
The 23rd.
We
Yeah.
can't just call up and say, hey, let's not have a meeting. We'd have to have a board meeting to do that, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you would-
this is the board meeting, we should do it unless we do it tomorrow night, but that has to be on the agenda then.
Your tomorrow night's going to be full.
Yeah. So we should really make the decision tonight if we want to, should we cancel it and, but maybe schedule?
You can always schedule something.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
48
Yeah.
hours notice.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
That
it has
sounds
to be
good.
discussed tonight.
Well, we don't have a meeting scheduled,
Correct.
so there's nothing to cancel.
Okay.
So,
Well, I would want to make notice to the public that you're not going to hold one on November 23rd,
Okay.
because we do, as far as your
First
board
and fourth
policy
Monday.
says, second
Okay.
and fourth Monday.
second, fourth Monday.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, so then I will entertain a motion then to cancel the second meeting in
okay.
November.
I will so move.
Any seconds?
I'll second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to cancel the second meeting in November. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Then we'll move on to new item, business D, plan to address the petition of no confidence. So we've had a little bit of discussion about that since that happened. What do you guys think we should do with the petition of no confidence that was presented to us?
I haven't seen it. Do you have a copy of it, or we all get copies, or,
And I'll get copies of it, sure.
so we really can't address it if we haven't all seen it? Should
It
that-
was read.
Okay, was it just the letter, or?
Well, let's look through it then, Dave. So it was read at the board meeting. And it looks like it's a petition, which it says, and then it's got a bunch of signatures on it. So, I don't know. You want to look at it?
Sure.
Well, if we're gonna plan a board retreat, it could certainly be part of that discussion, because I think it follows a lot of what we have been talking about is, as a board, make sure we're on the same page and we're a unit working together and dealing with some of kind of the protocols and things we've been doing, but we've been talking as a group about wanting to do that type of retreat. I think it could be definitely a part of that to discuss it and use it as part of the part of the agenda for that retreat.
Mhm. Well, I think I think as a board, we owe it to our public. They presented us a petition. We owe our public a response. So, and maybe give ourselves a deadline, you know, not just kick it down the road. If that's how we're gonna address it, let's address it at our retreat and be able to respond. Give our public a response.
Then are we picking and choosing what we're responding to? Because that was an open comment item. You know, are we gonna pick and choose what we're gonna respond to then?
We as a board were presented with
Mhm.
with a petition
Mhm.
to do something.
Well, I think
So,
that, you know,
I mean, as we discuss this and look at it, I mean, sir, we could certainly choose to not do anything or ignore it or whatever. Or,
Well, if we're going to, well, do we address everything then that's been coming up in public comments?
This is, I think this rises above, personally, I just think this, an effort to present the board with some concerns deserves a response.
well, see that, if I could, you know, the petition was given to us, and it was a petition of no confidence, which means that the people that signed it don't have confidence in us as a board. That being said, if we were going to respond to the petition, it would be an opportunity to try and instill some confidence, instill you know, some confidence back, you know, at the public, so they can be confident in this decision making that we've made. You know, there's different reasons why. Probably that people have no confidence in us. Well, let's address them, and you know, part of that is the retreat. You know, we're working hard to try and get, you know, us back to where we want, or where the public wants us to be. So I think that's what this is an opportunity to show the public that they can have confidence in us. You know, even though, you know, decisions might be made that they don't agree with, well, I'd have confidence if somebody made a decision that I didn't agree with, if I knew why. You know what I mean? If I, well, oh, those are the reasons why. Now I understand why they did what they did. We haven't given that to them, or maybe that's what they're looking for.
I kind of thought we've been doing that, because we've been giving reasons as we've been moving along. Did you read some of the things that they'd like us to do
Where?
in the petition? In all the comments and all the things?
No, I haven't read that.
Well, maybe we should read it and find out and address the issues.
Is that in the actual petition?
That's on the website. Right?
It's on the website.
I got
Well,
some of
I
them.
don't know if,
I got through some. They'd like us to take an oath to bring our kids back to Clear Lake. Are you willing to do that, Greg?
that's separate from the petition, though. That's not, that stuff wasn't put in the petition. I don't think anything online that you read, and that's why I didn't read it, because that's, you know, that's
I
a,
went through and read it, and I believe Randy was the one that put it on, that we should start by taking an oath.
we actually did start by taking an oath when we took our
Right.
office.
But not on where the kids are gonna go.
But that's not in the petition, though. Is it, Brad? You
I
see
don't see
it?
it, no.
No, it's in all the,
Like I said, I don't think we,
Stuff,
you know,
stuff.
the conversations that were had on the website,
But wasn't that all submitted with the petition, as part of the petition?
no.
Where are all the names? Are we gonna list all the names that people signed?
That's right there.
But, I mean, this becomes a public record, so does everyone who signs it, do we need to list all the names that signed this?
List them where, Dave?
Well, it's a public record.
it is now,
But list it where?
Well,
should be kept in our records.
It's
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
so
yeah.
anyone that requests it can look.
Yeah. the file is there and
I would say this, I think there's interest from some of the public for us to be talking about these things. I don't think it hurts us anything at all to have that as part of an agenda, to say what is out there, and we can talk about those kind of things. And if there's some things on there that either we don't disagree with or don't agree with, or that are outside of kind of what are the norms, and we can talk about those things. I don't think we should be afraid of that. I think feedback is a good thing, and I think we should be talking about, all right, at least some of the public is concerned about some of these things. So as a group, let's talk about those, and we can always bring a report back and say, here's where it is. And I mean, to your comment, Tom, about do we take everyone, I hope we do take at least mentally every time someone has a comment and start to think about those things, and maybe bring those up in the future, and so that no matter what it is that someone's coming to the board with as a public comment, we do listen to those things, and how we respond to that might be different at different things. But this is a significant amount of people that I think it deserves us to address it.
Certainly, because I would certainly have an issue with a few things that were placed there.
I would also say that I think we have begun to address a number of things to right the ship, so to speak. We did have Bob Butler come and I think that meeting was
Huge.
valuable, very valuable, as far as how to run meetings and how to get things on the agenda. I think he clarified a lot of things for us. I think all of us have attended the WASB webinars and seminars, and we went to that one a couple weeks ago. I've been to 5 of them now altogether. So I think all of us attending those are learning what we need to do. Getting this gal in from the WSBA to facilitate a discussion, I think, would be another good option. And I believe there is a board survey that we need to take that's been out there for quite a while. So.
And these things in and of themselves can be our response to the petition, whatever that may be. But again, I think our public does. They ask for something from us, and I think they deserve something back from us.
I think the actions speak louder than any words we could say. So
we'll let them know, and like we're doing now, we're putting it on the record and letting them know.
Yeah.
Well, for the record, in our search for superintendents, I thought we worked pretty darn good together. I mean, realistically, we got locked in a room with 14 candidates, and I'm pretty pleased with what we came out with. And I thought we didn't all agree initially, but at the end we came to a consensus, and that's what we're going to put forth to the public. I thought that's kind of what working together was.
Yep, I think
Okay.
we're taking the steps in the right direction, and I think that we're going to continue to do that. Everyone's got a will to try and do the things that they're supposed to do sitting in these chairs. So we'll just have to show them.
All right.
So that being said, how do we go forth from here?
Now that we just canceled our meeting.
Well, we're kind of tentatively planning on having a meeting sometime in the future as soon as we can get our facilitator together.
So one question is, would we want to have the petition be separate from having the representative from the WASB come
I think
in?
it can be part of the discussion.
I like Peter's idea, because that truly, there was a catalyst there that separated a few of us. There, no question, about agendas and things of that nature, that, yeah, it wasn't working. Absolutely. But now I think it's working pretty good. We've had quite a few meetings with not an issue whatsoever. But yeah, I would say I like Peter's idea. We just address some of the concerns that we've had in the past, and if it's a airing out meeting, some of that stuff might potentially qualify for closed session.
Well, I think that that this subject is going to have to be done in closed session, but the reason I bring that up, that I suggest we split it, is because I mean, there's a lot of material here. If we're gonna plan to address the petition of no confidence, that's a whole meeting in of itself. Working on the retreat with the subject matter that I forget the gal's name. Julie, was it, Dave?
I believe it's Cheryl.
Cheryl, yeah.
Where do you want to take it, Greg? Where do you want to take the petition of no confidence? What's the end game?
I don't know. That's up to us. I don't want to bring it anywhere.
Well,
You know what I mean? I just,
gets back to, we've recognized it, it was submitted.
We've
Do-
done
We
things,
didn't ignore it.
right?
Well, do we as a board want to present, do we give the public a formal response, or is this as far as we're going to go?
I think this is as far as it's going to go. 2 reasons: I don't want to have to address everything that somebody comes in with a comment. Number 2, I think it's time we move forward. Everybody's had their time. Everybody's had their time to spout out and beat on who they wanted to beat on. We've all taken our hits. I think it's time that we grow and move on. Do our retreat, come in, continue to find ways to work together better, which I think we have been doing. But to keep regurgitating and putting it on the agenda over and over and over, I think it's going to have the opposite effect on what we're all trying to accomplish.
Okay. I just want to make sure the public is aware that we aren't ignoring them.
Well, we put it on the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
We're discussing it. And so we didn't just throw it away. And I think we have made a conscious effort to work together. So, and I agree with Dave. Actions do speak a lot more than words. Words are fun, but it doesn't mean what we're doing here.
Well, I just want to make sure that our public is being served, so. So I guess we're gonna plan a board retreat.
To facilitate some of the things that were brought up in the petition, working together better.
Do we want to table the petition, or do we just want to be done with the petition?
I think we've addressed it. I mean, haven't we? I mean, we can continue to address it, but it's there. Okay, there's people that aren't happy with the way things are going. Even, how long are you gonna beat this thing to death, you know? I mean, we know, we're working on it, we're doing stuff,
Okay.
you know?
I would just comment this year is that's when Greg talked and I talked about putting this on the agenda, it was, yeah, what are you going to do? You've got something on your table. And yeah, when people come to public comment with questions and comments, do we address everything? We look into things that people ask us to do. We had a question about a grading scale. We addressed it. We had a group come in and talk about trap shooting, and it was on the next agenda and it was approved. And so there's going to be things that you as a board have people come here and you don't address. So again, that's what you're doing right now is what you're just planning to address the petition. You're not actually addressing it tonight. And so the things that you're doing or talking about.
so maybe what we should do, if you guys would allow me to read it to us again, just so we can see what it actually says.
Oh, we've all read it.
Yeah, it's been read
I
through.
think
Let's go
we've read
ahead
it
and
ad nauseum. But I still go back, if we're going to address that, then there's a few other things made in public comments I wouldn't mind addressing as well. Because there's
We will remain vigilant until this board has put back in place respect for our staff, proper procedure according to management flow charts currently on file, and a celebration of your real purpose, the success of our students.
Pretty vague. I mean, you want to be specific? I mean, can you cite specific examples? I think what we're doing in the spirit of the petition, we've done all we can do. You know, it's a matter of getting along. We've gone to the retreats, we've gone to the webinars, we've gone to the, you know.
Well,
We need to move forward, quit looking backwards.
Well, I can understand that, Dave, but there's a number of people that aren't over this yet, and
Well, it takes time.
well,
It's like grief. It takes a while to get through it. There's big changes come. Brad's leaving, we're getting a new person in. It's gonna be a change for everybody. Change is the one constant in life. You know?
so, looking at this thing, there's a number of different things that, that we could address. A toxic climate is mentioned in here.
And what exactly does that mean? I mean, do we wanna discuss that and get right to the heart of it?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Dave. I'm just saying that, this petition has touched on a bunch of different things that we haven't even talked about at our board level yet. And I'm just saying that I think it deserves that.
I'm telling you, if we go over that, that probably ought to be held in closed session.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
just kind of making that.
No, you're right, Tom, and that's why tonight it's just a plan to address a petition, and so
I don't
if
think
you
that-
have a,
That's Pandora's box, Greg. I don't think you want to open it. I don't think as a board, and
Like I said, Tom, this is an opportunity for us. This isn't something that's gonna,
I understand that, Greg.
I think for the purposes of tonight's meeting, I think we need to make just a decision that we're going to continue to address it, and one of the ways we'll do that will be through an upcoming retreat.
Yeah.
you guys good with that?
Yeah.
yeah, I did. A line-by-line, blow-by-blow thing tonight is.
That's not.
Well, no, that's not,
Right.
That's going to be the exact opposite of what the
Right.
petition wanted us to do. And if you want to go, we'll go, but it's not going to go well. So.
I'm not asking to go anywhere, Tom. I'm just saying that there's a number of things on there that I think, to just say, okay, well, we addressed it public and move on. I don't think that's enough.
I think doing what we're doing is in the spirit of what we're supposed to be doing. Growing together. I don't think continuing and getting into a he said, she said, going over line by line of what was printed in the little petition or in the comments. I just don't think that's the thing that our community needs now.
No, I agree with you.
We got a changing of the guard coming up. We got a new guy, Nick. Running around continually airing our dirty laundry about things that happened 3 or 6 months ago. I just don't see the point to it. So I would just as soon we move on.
So what do we want to tell the public we're going to do then for a response?
We've been doing it.
We just said we're gonna have a board retreat and discuss it. We've already, this is for the third time now, I've said, we had Bob Butler, we've had seminars, we've gone to WSAB events. I mean, that's addressing it. Do you understand? I mean, that's
Yeah, I
addressing
do.
it.
I'm listening to
Okay,
you.
so
No,
we're
the
doing
crop is-
something.
Pardon me.
Okay.
Now that the crop is done, I'll hit all the webinars. Because now my schedule's freed up. Before we were, well, you know the drill. I mean, this is our time to shine. But I'll hit all the webinars. And I've read 120, I've read 118. I went through the state statutes probably more than, has anybody else read any more statutes than I have? So
Probably not.
I'm trying to self-educate. And the board minutes will reflect, I brought those to the board. So that we can all know what we're talking about and that we can all move forward. So we've tried to, I think we're on the right path. I don't want to go back and revisit this again. If we want to, then I guess we can. I think it's time.
Okay, that's what we'll do then. Then we will work towards getting our WASB lady in and we'll work at it. Okay, so then we'll move on to new business E, future agenda. Does anybody have
I think we
anything?
talked about it at our retreat and hire a superintendent. I think that pretty much fills our plate
It's
for
a full dance
next
card.
month or two.
So do you guys want me to get in contact with Cheryl then?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as far as date's concerned, we'll try to shoot for that's next Monday.
Next next Monday that we normally have a board meeting.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
23rd or whatever it is.
Okay, I'll see if I can make that happen. And then, one thing that,
Or there, well, yeah.
Don't go too late in
Thereabouts.
that week, because that's Thanksgiving week.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Wisconsin holiday deer hunting, for something to do, I don't know, for anybody else
That's
here.
why we've never had a meeting practically.
Yeah, we need more meat, I know that.
Okay, and then we'll call that a retreat then when we get together with her.
Yeah.
And then one thing that we haven't done yet is Dave and Peter, we went to that WASB meeting.
You'll get it someday.
And we'll have to report on it, I guess, so we'll put that on the next
Good.
agenda then. and If we can still remember
I
what
went
we
to
went
one
over
too.
that night.
Tom went to one.
You went to another one too, Todd?
Mhm.
Okay, let's get those on there.
So we'll get them on there then. And
Okay.
anything else that we gotta, coming up that we gotta address? Okay, seeing none, then we'll move on
Biggest
to,
one.
we'll move on then to item 8, contemplated closed session.
Can I throw one out?
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
I was, in my research through the board minutes, the one in the paper that didn't get put in May 27th of 2014 did not get put in the paper. And I don't know if it's something we didn't send to them or they didn't get, but they said they never got it. So they're, by law, we're supposed to put that in.
As long as it's published on our website.
That
So,
doesn't.
but we can post it in the newspaper.
Well, I think we
so.
should, because they need the income.
Yeah.
It's a source of income for
Well.
them, and it helps support our business, so. They're our
Okay.
business, local businesses.
Yeah, that's no problem. We've got them. They're on the website. We can send them down there.
Wow.
We'll send them the next month.
Yeah, I just think we should, I don't know if we need to put that on the agenda, but.
No, that's not, that's something you can come in and see me in my office, Dave, and.
Well, I know,
And
but
ask and.
I have, and.
You can,
so-
no, you haven't come into my office and seen
No,
me.
but I've emailed twice.
Yeah,
so.
and then, but you didn't say, send them to the.
I asked you to send it to me.
Yeah, and so I'll take you down and I'll show you them and we'll send them.
Okay.
Okay?
We just need to take care of our businesses here too in town, so.
Or- Okay, now then we'll move on to contemplated closed session. According to WSS 19.85, considering employment compensation or performance data of any public employee over which this governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, and WSS 19.5 1F, considering financial, medical, social, personal histories or disciplinary data of specific persons, preliminary consideration of specific personnel problems, or the investigation of charges against specific persons, except where paragraph B applies, which, if discussed in public, would likely have a substantial adverse effect upon the reputation of any person referred to in such histories or data, or involved in such problems or investigations. The board will discuss 2015-16 employee compensation and employee settlements. So with that,
I'll move to go to closed session.
do I hear a second? It's been properly moved to go to closed session, and we'll do so as soon as everybody
Do we have to do a roll call on
exits
that?
the room.
Yeah.
You guys, thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you. You get a roll call.
You make sure everyone signs the.
They were.
Do you want it then?
Yeah, when you get done. Thank you.
Yep.
Very much.
You locking us in?
Aye. Roll call, aye. You said roll call?
Yeah, roll call.
Aye.
Thomas?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we're all here. We're in closed session. All right, we're in open session. I'll entertain a motion for the support staff and their pay increase.
I will move that the support staff receive a 1.62 CPI raise on their salary.
And I will second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that support staff receives 1.62. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Now I will entertain a motion for the teachers.
I'll make that motion that the teachers get the CPI of 1.62 on their base salary. And on top of that, we will pay a $400, what do we call it, a bonus?
Stipend.
A stipend, a bonus, for their personal development plans or aid credits on top of the CPI.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that the teachers receive, as Tom stated. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Now I will entertain a motion for the administration.
I will move that for separation pay for Brad would,
Oh,
No, administration.
administration? Oh,
a raise for the
sorry.
administration.
Sorry.
My bad.
Yep, my bad. I was on the wrong number.
Go ahead, Brent.
I'll move that the administration receive the 1.62 CPI raise.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that the administration receive their raise. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nope.
Motion passes. And now I will entertain a motion for our employee settlement.
Employee settlement for Brad separation. I will move that his remaining sick days be paid out at his regular base rate, and his remaining sick days be paid out at half that rate.
Is that stated correctly?
That's not stated correctly.
Is that what it is?
Nope. 'Cause
That's what I was trying to do. Sick and vacation.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try it again. I will move that his remaining sick days be paid out at $458 per, and his remaining sick days be paid out at $129 per. Sorry, I was going off of what it's.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Well, then we also had to address,
With a $1,000 penalty for breaking the contract.
Right.
there you go.
Thank you.
And
So I was
I'll
looking
still
at the
second
first
it.
one.
And Pete still seconds it. It's been properly moved and
Who
seconded
moved and second?
I moved, Pete seconded.
Okay.
that we pay out our employee settlement. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will so move.
I'd be delighted to second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. We're adjourned.